Hello everyone. A new week has started. It's time for today's class to begin. Okay, so let's start our today's lecture. Okay, it's springtime now. There is an old saying in China that is, a year's plan lies in the spring. So I think we should make a plan for the whole year. Okay, and since you have optioned the Chinese class, so I hope all of you could persist in learning and persist into the end. Okay, so you are so good and you were not late. So you should be praised. Okay. So let's summarize the assignment I've given to you last week. And this assignment is to write the 5 Chinese characters and including pinyin. Please watch the PPT. Look at the PPT. And most of the assignments handed in by the students were done very well, and they're they finished doing their assignments very carefully, and their learning attitude is so good. But there are still some mistakes in your assignments. So let me show you the PPT, and please look at the flash and learn how to write the 5 Chinese characters. And please pay attention to the pinyin, especially pay attention to the tones. Some students didn't, mark the tones of these Chinese characters. The first one, 口 is the third tone, 欠, and some students didn't write this Chinese character very correctly. 欠, let me, please, let me show you how to write this Chinese character. Please, you can take out of your exercise books and your pens and write after me again. Wait a moment. Okay, so please write after me. Horizontal, no, vertical, horizontal turning vertical, left falling, and the last stroke, pay attention. This stroke is has overpassed this stroke, right? Okay. And some shan. Look at this Chinese character. Shan, it means hill or mountain. The original Chinese character of this just was written like this. What does it look like? It looks like the shape of mountain, right? But now it was written like this. That is the traditional Chinese character, just like the shape of the mount. Okay. So that's the the problem in your assignments. Okay. Now let's continue to do the exercises of lesson 2. Wait a moment. Where is So in our today's lesson, we'll continue to do the exercises of lesson 2 at first. And then after we have been finished doing the exercises of lesson 2, we'll start learn the new lesson of lesson 3. Okay, so let's continue to do the exercises. So we have finished doing the exercise 4, right? Okay, let's continue to do the exercise from the exercise 5. Okay, so I will be the recording, and please listen to me carefully and write down the finals you hear in the chat room. Okay, so are you ready? Number one. Okay, 门 Okay, please input the final and the tone in the chat room, and you can use the number 1, 2, 3, 4 to represent the tones. Okay, 门 aksada is not man, it's 门 the final is n, not an. Okay, so everyone, please input your answer in the chat room. Let me see, is there the right answer? Oh, the tone was wrong. It seems you still are not so familiar with the 4 tones. Okay, right. Okay, so aksa, ja. This time you are right. So the right answer is, the final is en, men. Okay. It's so hard to write on the screen. Okay. The final is n, not an, and the tone is the second tone. Okay, number 2. Shan. I will just read 3 times. The tone was wrong, Savara Javid. The tone was not right. Shan, yes, right. This time, the right answer has appeared. The final is an, and the tone is the first tone. Shan, not shan. The second tone, shan, and the third tone, shan. And the fourth tone, shan. Okay, shan. Okay, let's go on. Number 3. Xiong. Maybe you've forgotten what we have learned. 熊 The final is yong, beginning with yong. Yong, xiong. Muhammad, the tone was wrong. Xiong, yes, right. Aksaja, you are right. So the right answer is the second tone. The second tone, 熊 okay, 熊 okay. Number 4, 用 yes, right. Savara Javid, this time you are right. 用 the fourth tone, and the original final is just like this. 用 and because there is no initial in front of this final, so we just change the alphabet I into Y. So that's the written form came from. So are you clear? Okay, let's go on. Number five. 双 The final is one. Quickly. Input your answer in the chat room. Quickly. One. The final is one. 双. Yes, right. One beginning with u, just spell u and one together. And the final is y. Yes, and the final is the first tone, one that is u, one. So can you see it clearly? 双. Okay, number 6. 想. Yes, and the tone is the first tone. 想. Number 6. 想. The final is young, beginning with young. 想. Quickly. The tone was wrong. Muhammad Ashad Mustag is not the first tone. The first tone is yang, xiang. Yes, right. This time you are right. Yes. Look at the final is young, young, and the tone is the third tone, xiang. Okay, number 7. Listen to me carefully. 星 quickly. Input your answer in the chat room quickly. 星 The tone was wrong, Savara Javid. 星 is not 行. The second tone should be 行. 星 Quickly, the other students. Yes, Shamsa, Kamar. This time you are right. Yes, the final is Ying, and the tone is the first tone. Xing, and we should pay attention to that when we mark the tone above the alphabet I. I've taught you when we mark the tone above the alphabet I, the dot should be removed. We just mark the tone above the alphabet I. There should be no the dot. Okay, 星. Okay, number 6. 唱. Quickly. Yes, right. Aksaja. You are so quickly. Yes, the final is on, and the tone is the fourth tone. 唱. Okay? And we have learned the rule, the tone marking. The rule of the tone marking. Where should we mark the tones? We should mark the tones, above the vowels. But if there are 2 or more than 2 vowels in the syllable, where should we mark the tones? For example, look at number 3. There are I, O. There are 2 vowels in the syllable. So where should we mark the tones? Remember that? We should, according to this sequence, right? And then O, then and then E, E, right? E, U, and then U, right? Sorry, I can't write the two dots. We should just according to this sequence. A, O, E, I, U, Ü. No? So O, look at this syllable, 熊. O is before the alphabet E, so we should mark the tone above the alphabet O, right? And look at number 6, 响. In this syllable, there are two vowels, E and A, in the syllable. So look at this sequence. A is before E, so we should mark the tone above the alphabet A, right? And remember that there is only one exception. What is the only one exception? If there is E and U in the syllable, so where should we mark the tones? Where should we mark the tone? For example, Dio, where should we mark the tone? Above the alphabet E or U. You can turn on your microphone and speak aloud. Yeah, E, E. Where should we mark the tone? I've told you there is the only one exception. Yes, we should mark the tone above the alphabet U, because that is the only exception, you know? Okay, let's go on. So please memorize the rule of the tone marking. Just mark the tone above these vowels, but if there are more than two vowels in the syllable, we should, according to this sequence, A, O, I, U, Ü, right? But just remember, that is the only one exception. If there is I and U appeared together in the syllable, we should mark the tone above the alphabet U, the last one. Okay? Number 9. Number 9, listen to me carefully. 能 Okay? So please, the other students, please input your answer in the chat room. So far, there are only one student gave her answer. The other students, there are 16 students came so far. How about the other 14 students? What is your answer? Quickly. 能 input your answer in the chat room. No matter it is right or wrong. Don't. Okay. 能 3 students. How about the other 13 students? What is your answer? 能 Yes, right. The answer is right. So the final is and the tone is the second tone. 能. Okay, number 10. Number 10, listen to me carefully and input the final and the tone in the chat room. 困. Quickly. The final is one. And by doing this exercise, we just review the finals we have learned in lesson 1 and lesson 2. 困 Yes. How about the other students? Please input your answer in the chat room, please. 困 Okay. So the right answer should be 困. So some students has input their answer like this. 困. Yes, 困. It is right, but we have learned that if there is the initial in front this final, the alphabet in the middle should be omitted. So the written form should be like this. Okay? So remember that? So the right answer should be 困. 困. Okay. The original final is one, but just remember, if there is the initial in front of the final, so the written form should be like this. The alphabet in the middle was omitted, so that is the written form came from. 困, yes. And the tone is the fourth tone. 困, yes. Okay, number 11. Number 11. Number 11, we are just taking a dictation and review the finals we have learned before. So please listen to me carefully and write the final and the tone in the chat room. Number 11. 风 风 风 quickly. Aksaja is not fun. Samara Javid is not fun, it's feng. Oh, it's not wong, feng. Feng. Yes, right. The right answer has appeared. So the final is ung, ung, ung. And the tone is the first tone. Feng, feng. Okay? It's not fo, on. It's listen to me. And on. They are different. Okay? Number 12. Listen to me carefully. Yes. 零 quickly. Yes. Okay, how about the other students? Yes, right. Some students have written well, correctly. Yes, the final is ing, ing, and the tone is the second tone, and the dot above the alphabet I was omitted. Okay, so that's the written form. 零. Okay. So, are you clear? And if you have any questions, you can input your question in the chat room. Okay, number 13. Listen to me carefully. 关 The other students, what is your answer? Please input your answer in the chat room, including the tone. 关 Okay, good. The right answer is 1. The final is 1, and the tone is the first tone. So 关. Okay. Okay, the first tone. The final is the first tone. 关. Okay. Number 14. 远 Okay, everyone. Some students respond so quickly. Some students Okay, yuan, yuan. Okay, some students has done correct. So the final is yuan, yuan, and the tone is the third tone, and the original form of this syllable is is this yuan, yuan. There are two dots. There are two dots. Yuan, yuan. Okay, and because there is no initial in front of this final, so we should add the alphabet Y in front of the final, and the two dots were omitted. So that's the written form came from. So are you clear? So the syllable should be was right, yuan, yuan, and that is the original form. Yuan original final. Yuan, yuan, okay? Yuan. There is no initial. There is no initial in front of it. So we just add the alphabet Y in front of it. And the two dots were omitted. Okay? Number 15. Number 15. Listen to me carefully. One. 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 Quickly. One. Rashid Mahmoud, is that the third tone? The third tone or the fourth tone? Some students wrote third tone and some students wrote the fourth tone. Which one is right? So the right answer is the fourth tone. The fourth tone. One. The fourth tone is correct. One. Okay. Number 16. 手 手 手 quickly 手 very good, very good. Some students has done correctly. So the final is O, O, and the tone is the third tone. So where should we mark the tone? Above the alphabet O, O, U. Where? U, why? O, yes, we should mark the tone above the alphabet O. Why? Because look at this alphabet sequence R, O, E, U, Ü. I've told you when we mark the tones, we should according to this sequence, and O is before the alphabet U and Ü, right? So we should mark the tone above the alphabet O, right? 手 Okay, let's go on. Number 17. 船 some students respond so quickly. The other students 船 Okay, right. So the final is one. And same as number 13. And the tone is the second tone. So where should we mark the tone? Above the alphabet U or A. Where should we mark the tone? Yes, we should mark the tone above the alphabet A, right? Because A is, in this sequence, A is the first one. So we should mark the tone above the alphabet A. 船. Okay, number 18. 18, listen to me carefully. 床 床 Is it first tone or the second tone? Okay. So the right answer is, the final is wang, wang, and the tone is the second tone. And we also should mark the tone above the alphabet because is before the alphabet o, right? 床, 床. Okay, number 19. Listen to me carefully. 先, 先, 先. The other students, what is your answer? What you wrote is lan, askaja, aksaja. Is it the second tone? The second tone should be xian. Xian is not the second tone. Yes. So the right answer is xian. Xian. The final is yan. Yan. And the tone is the first tone. So where should we mark the tone? Where should we mark the tone? Above the alphabet I or R? E or R? Where? Yes, right. So we should mark the tone above the alphabet R. R, because R is before the alphabet E, right? 先, 先, 先. Okay, 先. Okay, the last one, number 20. 甲, 甲, 甲. Quickly. Okay. Number 20. Savara Javid, what you wrote is 简. Yes, right. Muhammad. Awaz. Kahan, you are right. You are the first one to give the right answer. So the final is ya, ya, ya. Where is the alphabet I? Ya, ya. Okay, ya, ya. And the tone is 甲, the third tone. So where should we mark the tone? Where should we mark the tone? Yes, we should mark the tone above the alphabet R, right? Because look at this sequence. R is the first one, is before the alphabet E. So we should mark the tone above the alphabet R, right? Okay, so who has done all these exercises correctly? You can raise your hand. Is there someone who has done all these exercises correctly? If you have, it means you have learned the Chinese pinyin very well. If not, you still need to review the initials and the finals and the tones more and more, and practice more and more. Okay, now let's listen to the recording carefully together. And if I didn't ask you to speak in the class, please be mute. Be mute. Turn off your microphone. Otherwise, there'll be so noisy. Oh, wait a moment.
朗读 Listen to the recording, write down the finals you hear, and read the syllables
Read
aloud.
after the recording, please.
一门
门
二山
山
三 熊。
熊。
4. 用。
用。
5. 双。
双。
6. 想。
想。
7. 心。
星。
8. 唱。
唱。
9. 能。
能。
10. 困。
困。
11. 风。
风。
12. 零。
零。
13. 关。
关。
14. 远。
远。
15. 换。
换。
16. 手。
手。
17. 船。
船。
18. 床。
床。
19. 先。
先。
20. 九。
九 is not 甲。20. Number 20. Number 20. I write wrong. Number 20 is 九。九。九. So please write the final in the chat room of number 20. 九。九。The final is 优。优。九. Okay, please input the final and the tone of number 20 in the chat room. 优。优。优 is not 甲。优 is not 甲 is 九。九 yes, right. 악사자. You are right. So okay, so okay. So number 20. So the final is 九。九. The original final is this. 优。优。优。优. And because there is the initial in front of it. So we have learned that this final, when there is the initial in front of it, the alphabet in the middle should be omitted. So that's the written form came from. Are you clear? And the tone, what is the tone? Which tone is it? Yes, it is the third tone, right? So where should we mark the tone? Where should we mark the tone? Above the alphabet E, O, U. Where? Yes, right. So we should mark the tone above the alphabet U, right? Because we have learned that, that's the only exception of this rule, right? So that's the rule. When we mark the tone, we should, obey this rule according to this sequence: a, o, i, u, ü, right? We should just according to this sequence, but there is only one exception. I, U, when there is I, U appear together in the syllable. So we should mark the tone above the last one, the alphabet U, right? So that's the right answer. 九, 九. And let's review. So we have learned this final, wen and you, and the other final is wei, wei. Look at this final. If there is the initial in front of it, so what's the written form? What was the written form of this final? For example, 对. So remember, we should, the alphabet in the middle should be omitted. See? So that's the written form come from 对. So please, so by doing this exercise, we have just reviewed the initials, the finals, and the tones, and the rules of the tone marking. How to mark the tones in Chinese syllable. And these three finals, you, wei, and wen. Have you memorized that? You, wei, and wen, the three finals. The original form should be like this, but remember, if there is the initial in front of the three finals, the written form should be like this. Okay? You, okay? The alphabet in the middle should be omitted. So are you clear? Are you clear? Do you understand? So I will ask one of the students. So I will ask Mr. Amir. Are you there? Savara Javid.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So how about the other students? Are you clear and do you understand? Any questions? Yes. Okay.
Ma'am, I'm trying to.
Yes. So who is that? Who is that? Who is that?
I am missing.
Okay, so I can't hear you clearly. And it seems your internet are not so well. So if you and everyone, if you have any questions, you can input your question in the chat room. Okay, so let's just continue to do the exercise 6. And I will be the recording. Listen to me carefully. And, let's doing this exercise, practice the tones, and input the tones in the chat room. Okay, so number one, are you ready? Okay, number 1, 中 I've just read 3 times. 1, 2. Is there any other? How about the other students? Okay, obviously it is the first tone, 中. I've told you the first tone is the highest tone and flight. 中. The second tone, 中, raise up, 中. And the third tone, down at first, and then raise up, 中. And the fourth tone, when we read the fourth tone, we should read it, use our energy and make an emphasis and read it from the highest down to the lowest. 重 okay? 中 and you must familiar with the four tones, okay? Number one, the fourth tone. And let's practice and let's review the tone markings. How to mark the tones? Yes, so we should mark the tone above the alphabet, the vowels, right? So the alphabet O is the only vowel in the syllable. So we should mark the tone above the alphabet O, right? Okay, number two, listen to me carefully. Please input your answer in the chat room. Who wrote 4? It was wrong. Okay, number two, 面 The other students? Yes, right, correct. The fourth tone, yes. So look at this syllable. There are two vowels in the syllable, E and R, right? So where should we mark the tone? Where should we mark the tone above the alphabet? R, right? So the fourth tone, 面 Okay, number 3, 饭 yes, right. Who wrote first? It is the fourth tone, not the first tone. It is the fourth tone. 饭, not fun. The first tone should be fun. It was wrong. 饭, okay? Number 4, 菜 菜. The other students, quickly, everyone, input your answer in the chat room. Quickly. 菜. Yes, okay. So where's the fourth tone is correct. Where should mark the tone? Above. Yes, the alphabet R. Because, we should just according to this sequence R, O, and then E, and then U, and then Ü, right? We should according to this sequence, okay? So, 菜, because R is before the alphabet E. Okay, number 5, 能 Yes, right. And the other students, please just do like Aksaja. Yes, mark the tone. Use the number to represent the tones. And where should mark the tone? Write the alphabet. Okay, so the right answer is 能, second tone. Right. Number 6, 站 Okay. Right, very well. The fourth tone. Okay, very good. Okay, number 7, 场 3, 4. 3 or 4. The right answer is the third tone. 场. Yes, number 6, 手 Number 8, 手 手 very good. 手 yes, the third tone. And there are two vowels in the syllable O and U. So where should we mark the tone? Look at this sequence. O is before the alphabet O. U. So we should mark the tone above the alphabet O. Okay, number 9, 水 shui. Where should we mark the tone? Yes, the third tone is correct. But where should mark the tone? Where should we mark the tone? U or E? U or E? Yes, the right answer is we should mark the tone above the alphabet E. Why? Because E is before the alphabet U in this sequence, right? 水 So we should mark the tone above the alphabet E, and the dot above the alphabet I, E, should be omitted. 水. Okay, number 10. Number 10. 轻, 轻, 轻. Which tone? Second tone, third tone? Second tone? First tone is correct. First tone is correct. 轻, 轻, and we should mark the tone above the alphabet E, and the dot should be omitted. Okay? 轻. Okay, number 11. 省, 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 省. Yes, the third tone. Yes, and we should mark the tone above the alphabet Okay, number 12. 黄, 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 黄. First, second. Yes, the right answer is the second tone, and we should mark the tone above the alphabet R, because R is before the alphabet U, right? Okay, number 13. 红, 红, 红. Is it the first tone? First tone or second tone? Okay, so the right answer is the second tone. 红, not 红. The first tone should be 红. Okay, number 14. 蓝, 蓝, 蓝. Is it the first tone? The first tone should be 蓝. Yes, the second tone is correct. 蓝, not 蓝, 蓝, 蓝. Okay, number 15. 热, 热. The other students. 热, okay, 热, the fourth tone. Okay, number 16. 肉, 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 肉. Yes, right. The fourth tone, and we should mark the tone above the alphabet O, because O is before the alphabet O, U, right? Okay, number 17. 茶, 茶. Is it first tone or second tone? Yes. The other students? Second tone. Cha, not cha. The first tone should be cha, 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 cha. Okay, number 18. 想, 想, 想. Quickly, quickly, the other students. It is always those students who are so active in the class and gave their answers. But it seems there are some students who never give your answers. Why? What are you doing? Please take part in the exercises, okay? We are just doing the exercises, and I need you to input. I ask you to input your answer in the chat room. 想, the third tone, 想, and we should mark the tone above the alphabet R, because R is before the alphabet E, right? 想. Okay, number 19. 操, 操. Is it the second tone? Savara Javid, is it the second tone? Yes, it is the first tone. 操, and there are two vowels in the syllable. We should mark the tone above the alphabet R, right? Because R is before the alphabet O. Okay, 操. Okay, the last one. 算, 算, 算. Yes, correct. 算, the fourth tone. Okay, very well. So who has done all these exercises? correctly. You can raise up your hand. If you have done all these exercises correctly, it means you are doing very well in the tones, on the tones. Otherwise, you still need to practice the tones, and you need to familiar with the 4 tones. 中中种种啊啊啊啊啊嘛嘛嘛嘛。Okay, so let's listen to the recording carefully together again, and you can read after the recording. Okay. Please
6.
listen
听录音，
and read
写
after
出
the
听
recording.
到的声调并朗读。
Listen to the recording, add the tone marks you hear, and read the syllables aloud.
1. 中
中
2. 面
面
3. 饭
饭
4. 菜
菜
5. 能
能
6. 站
站
7. 场
场
8. 手
手
9. 水
水
10. 轻
轻
11. 省
省
12. 黄
黄
13. 红
红
14. 蓝
蓝
15. 热
热
16. 肉
肉
17. 茶
茶
18. 响
响
19. 操
操
20. 算
蒜 Okay, so I will ask one of the students to read these syllables after me. Some students are so active in the class. I hope all of you could be, active in the class and try to get chance to speak in the class. Okay, so Aksaja.
Yes, ma'am.
你好。
您好, ma'am.
Okay, 请跟我读. The other students, please read by yourself. Okay, let's start. 中
中
面面
面
饭
饭
菜
菜
Okay, good. 谢谢. I will ask another student to go on to read after me. Abida Kahadin. 你好.
您好
Okay, 请跟我读. 能
能
站
站
场
上
场
场
手
手
很好 very good very good 谢谢
谢谢
What would you answer me back when I say 谢谢 to you? You should say 不谢不谢
不是
Okay 谢谢
谢谢不是
Yes okay Okay I will ask another student to read the words by herself. Okay, Savara Javid. Number 9, please read it.
Yes, ma'am. 水
水 Okay.
金
清 Yes, there is the I. 清 Okay.
省
省 Okay.
黄
Second tone. 黄再读一遍 Read it again. 黄 Yes, right. Okay, 请跟我读水清 higher 清省黄 Very good. 谢谢。
不谢
很好。Muhammad Achad Mustag 你好。
您好，
OK， 请跟我读红
黄
Yes, it means red.红 Yes, 蓝Where are you? 蓝 Go on to read after me, please. 蓝
Hello.
你好 Go on, let's go on. 蓝 OK 热肉 很好 Very good 谢谢非常好 OK Wajid Ali Shak 你好
Yes, ma'am.
你好 Say hello to your teacher 你好
Hi.
What would you answer me back when I say 你好 You should say 您好 Okay 你
Okay, ma'am.
好你好
我很好，你好。
You should say 您好 You should use 您 to show the respect to the teacher Okay 你好 Wajid
你
Ali
好，
您好 You should say 您好 Okay repeat
你好，
Repeat. You should use 您 to show the
您好，
respect. Yes, okay. 你好 Wajid Ali.
你好，ma'am。
Okay. 请跟我读茶
茶
想
想
很好操操
操
算
算
OK 很好谢谢
谢谢
不谢 You should say 不谢 No thanks 不谢 OK 谢谢
谢谢
谢谢 I said 谢谢 to you You should answer me back 不谢 Okay let's do it again 谢谢
谢谢
You should say 不谢 Okay 谢谢不
谢
谢
谢
You should answer me back 不谢 Repeat please 不谢
谢谢
不谢 Read after me 不谢不
谢谢
谢
ma'am。
Follow me please 不谢不谢 means
谢谢
no thanks 不谢 means no thanks 不谢
不谢
Yes okay 谢谢
谢谢
不谢 Okay. Okay, so can you read these syllables by yourself and read the syllables correctly? I think so far we have finished learning all the initials and the finals. You should be able to read any syllables and read the syllables correctly by yourself. If you can't, it means you didn't learn Chinese pinyin very well. You need to review the old lessons, review the initials and the finals and the tones. And you should listen to the recording and read after the recordings times and times. Okay? Okay, so let's go on. Let's review the text of lesson 2. Okay, Mr. Amir Ahmed Awan, 你好，您好。
你好，
对不起，对不起。What would you answer me back when I say 对不起？
没关系。
Yes, you are so good. 谢谢，谢谢，谢谢。What would you answer me back when I say 谢谢 to you? 谢谢。Thanks. You should say no thanks. 不谢，不谢，
没关系。
不谢，不谢。Repeat after me, please. 不谢。
谢谢，
不谢。
谢
OK，
谢，谢
谢谢你，谢谢你。What would you answer me back? Mr. Amir dropped off line. Okay, so let's review the text of lesson 2. When I say 谢谢, if somebody said 谢谢 to you, what would you answer the people back?
不谢，
不谢, yes, no thanks, 不谢. And 谢谢你, thank you, what would you answer him back?
不客气，
不客气, you're welcome. It doesn't matter. Okay? And how to say goodbye in Chinese?
再见，
再见，
再见. Okay. And I'm sorry, how to say it in Chinese?
对不起，
对不起. It doesn't, that's okay. It doesn't matter.
没关系，
没关系. Okay. So that is the text. What we have learned in lesson 1 and lesson 2. You should memorize that. Okay. So I will ask one of the students to make the dialogue of lesson 1 and lesson 2. Welcome back, Mr. Amir. You dropped off line just now. Okay, so Savara Javid.
Yes, ma'am.
你好，
您好，
你们好，
你好，
对不起，
没关系，
谢谢，
不谢，
谢谢你，
不客气，
再见。
再见。
Okay, so Savara Javid, you are A, and Aksatja, you are B. Please make the dialogue again from text 1, from lesson 1 to lesson 2.
Okay, ma'am. 你好，
您好，
你们好，
你好，
对不起，
没关系，
谢谢，谢谢，
不谢。
谢谢你，
Aksatja, turn on your microphone. Why not turn off your microphone? Why? Okay, go on.
谢谢，
不谢. Okay, go on.
谢谢你，
不客气，
再见。
再见。
非常好 very good very good okay Aksaja you are A and Muhammad Ashad Mushtaq now this time you are B please start
你好，
你们好，您好，
您好，
你们好，
对不起，
没关系，
谢谢，
不谢，
谢谢你，
不客气，
oh
再
good
见。
再
再
见
见。
Okay, good, very good. So good. I hope all of you could make the dialogue like this. After we have finished learning the text, you should be able to use the sentences in the text and make the dialogue in your real life. Next time when you meet Chinese people, you should, just say speak Chinese with the Chinese people, okay? Okay, so dialogue 1, 谢谢你，不客气. Which picture match with dialogue 1?
Second picture.
Second picture, yes. Okay, the woman received a present. She looked so happy, right? So she said to the people, 谢谢你. And when somebody said 谢谢你 to you, you should answer the people back with 不客气. You are welcome. You are welcome. It's okay. Okay. 再见. 再见. Which picture?
Third picture.
Yes, third picture. Yes. Okay, dialogue 3. 对不起，没关系. The last picture,
Fourth
right?
one.
Yes,
ma'am.
seems the man has done something wrong to the woman. So he said, 对不起, I'm sorry. And when somebody said 对不起 to you, and you should answer with 没关系. It doesn't matter. It's okay. Okay. 你好, 你好. Which picture?
First picture.
First
First
picture.
Yes. When two people meet with each other, just say hello to each other. Okay, greeting with each other. Okay, and the last exercise is writing Chinese characters. I've given you the assignment to you, and you have finished doing the assignment. And I have I have summarized the assignment. Okay, so far we have finished learning lesson 2. Now let's start to learn the new lesson of lesson 3. Before we start to learn the new lesson, let's still review the initials and the finals we have learned before. Okay, so far we have finished learning all the initials and the finals. Okay, and you should be able to memorize these initials and finals and read them correctly by yourself. Okay, that's the foundation to learn the Chinese language. You must, you must be able to read them correctly. And when you listen to a syllable, a Chinese word, you should be able to write down pinyin, okay, by yourself. Okay, so let's listen to the recording together. And you
声母
read
一
after the recording, okay?
Initials 1.
Just deepen
波
波
坡
坡
摸
摸
夫
佛
的
的
特
特
呢
呢
了
了
个
个
科
科
和
科
鸡
鸡
七
七
西
西. Okay, so I will not ask the students to read by yourself, okay? Just let's review the initials and the finals. Listen to the recording together and review this
声母一
quickly, okay?
Initials 1.
波喝鸡七西
And please read
韵
after
母
the recording.
一
Finals 1.
一
一
乌
乌
吁
吁
儿
儿
啊
啊
呀
呀
哇
哇
哦
哦
窝
窝
耶
耶
约
约
I
I
Y
Y
A
A
微
微
凹
凹
腰
腰. Okay, now let's review the initials we have learned in lesson 2. Please listen to the recording together carefully, and you can read
声
after
母
the recording.
二
Initials 2.
知
知
吃
吃
诗
诗
日
日
滋
滋
呲
呲
丝
滋. Okay, let's go on to review the finals we have learned in lesson 2.
丝
韵母二
Finals 2.
欧
O
优
U
安
An
烟
Yan
弯
Wan
渊
Yuan
恩
N
阴
Yin
温
Wen
晕
Yun
昂
Ang
央
Yang
汪
Wang
嗯
Ong
英
Yang
翁
Wang
翁
Ong
庸
Yong. Okay, so that's the all the initials and finals. See, it means we can read any Chinese words if you were given pinyin. Now from this lesson 3, we'll just review the initials and the finals, and let's make this the distinguish. What's the difference between these initials, qi, qi, xi, and zi, si, si. Okay, so look at the 3 initials, qi, qi, xi. Please look at the PPT. Qi, qi, and xi are known as coronals. The surface of the tongue touches the hard palate when pronouncing ji and qi. So please look at the picture where the position of the tongue. While qi, the second one, brings out a strong air flow. Okay, so qi, if you put your hand in front of your mouth when you speak this initial qi, there should be an air flow out of your mouth. Qi, qi doesn't. There is no air. When we read this initial qi, no air. Qi, the air. The air flow. Okay, when xi, the third one, xi is pronounced, the surface of the tongue approaches the hard palate without reaching it, leaving a gap in between. So there is a gap. Xi, xi. Okay, so that's the difference. That's the key point of the pronunciation of these three initials. Okay? Qi, the first one, qi. Second one, qi. Qi, the air flew out of our mouths. Qi, second one. And the third one, xi, xi. Okay? So now listen to me carefully. I will read one of the three initials and please tell me which one I have right. Okay? Okay. Listen to me carefully. Xi, xi, xi. Yes, right. The third one, xi. Okay. Next, listen to me carefully. Very good. Next, qi, qi, qi. The other students, what is your answer? Only one student has input his answer, her answer. Yes, the second one, qi, the air, qi, qi. Okay. Next, xi, xi. Yes. The third one again, xi. Yes. Okay. Next, ji, ji. Yes, right. The first one. Okay. And okay, so please look at these words. Look at these Chinese words. Can you read these Chinese words by yourself?
听录音并跟读。
Just try to read these new words, these Chinese words by yourself. And pay attention to the initials. Okay, Samara Javid.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, please read by yourself.
Yes, ma'am. She or she.
The neutral tone. The second syllable is the neutral tone. Remember that? Yes.
Yes.
When we read the neutral tone, what should we do? We should read it very short and light. Okay, read it again, please.
She or she.
Yes, right. 休息.
G.
休息. The first one. 休息. Yeah. The neutral. 休息. 休息. Okay. Next.
G.
积极.
G.
Yes, right. Okay. The third one.
G.
机器.
G.
Okay.
小区.
小区. That is 于. The final 于. Okay. 请跟我读 and pay attention to the initials and you know the word stress. I've told you there is the word stress. The word stress in the Chinese word, and the word stress is always on the last syllable. But if there is the neutral tone, the word stress should be on the first syllable. So what is the word stress? The word stress. It means when we read the word, we should make the emphasis of that syllable. Make an emphasis of that syllable. So that is the word stress. So, 请跟我读休息.
休息.
Yes, the word stress is on the first syllable, so we should make an emphasis of the first syllable. 休息.
休息.
Yes, and the neutral tone, we should read it very short and light. Okay, next. 积极.
G.
Yes, the second syllable is the word stress. We should make an emphasis of that syllable. 机器.
G.
小区.
小区.
区. 小区.
小区.
Yes, that is 于. 小区.
小区.
Yes, right. Very good. 谢谢.
不谢.
Okay, very good. Okay, 阿萨加. 你好, aksaja. Aksaja, are you there? Is there anybody else wanting to read after me? Please raise up your hand. So there are 20 students in the class. Only 2 students raised their hands. Okay. So I hope all of you could be active in the class and try to get the chance to speak in the class so that you will be corrected by the teacher, and that is good for you. Mujahid Ababs. Mujahid Ababs, are you there? Give me a response. Mariam Sidi.
Yes, ma'am.
OK，请跟我读星期
星期
小香蕉
香蕉
兴趣
兴趣
继续
继续
Very good. And please look at the 3 words. In the 3 words, the last syllable, the final of the last syllable are o, ü, ü, ü. And we'll learn another rule about that. And just know that in these syllables, the final is ü, ü. Okay, so please listen to the recording together and read after the recording,
注
please.
意声母发音的区别。
Listen to the recording and read after it. Pay attention to the differences between the initials.
休息，
休息
积极，
积极
机器，
机器
小区，
小区
星期，
星期
香蕉，
香蕉
兴趣，
兴趣
继续，
继续 Okay, so can you read this syllables, read these words correctly by yourself? If you can, it means you have learned the Chinese syllable very well. If not, you need to, review the old lessons, review the part of the phonetics we have learned by yourself, and listen to the recording and read after the recording. Okay, so let's look at the 3 initials, z, c, s, and what's the difference between the among the pronunciation of the 3 initials? So please take a look. Z, c, and s are dentals. When pronouncing z and c, the front part of the tongue tip touches the inner surface of the upper teeth and then immediately parts with it, forming a gap in between. Z is pronounced with no strong air flow, while c comes with an obvious air flow. The second one, c, the air flow. C. When pronouncing s, the last one, the front part of the tongue tip stays away from the inner surface of the upper teeth all along, leaving a gap for the airflow to get through. S, okay? Z, the first one, z. Second one, c, a strong airflow out of our mouths. C, and the last one, s. Okay, so let's do an exercise. Listen to me and tell me which one I have right. Number 1. S. Someone said 2. Someone said 3. So the right answer is the third one. S, not c. Okay, s, the third one. The third one, not the second one. The second one was wrong. The third one is correct. 丝, 丝. Okay, next. Listen to me. 滋, 滋, 滋. Oh, someone said 1, 2. There are 2 answers. So the right answer is number 1. The first one. 滋, 滋, not the second one. The second one is 滋, 滋, 滋. You can feel the air flew out of our mouths. 滋. Okay. First one. 滋, 滋. Second one. 滋, 滋. Third one. 滋, 滋. Okay. So I think it's time for today's class to be over, and we'll continue to do the exercise tomorrow. Okay, and we're going to learn the new words and the text of lesson 3 tomorrow. Okay, and please after the class
听录音
listen
并
to
跟
the
读。
recording and read after the recording and review the old lessons by yourself. Okay, so I think let's just stop at here, and that's all for today's class.